Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to show you a quick recipe for steamed zucchini. If you're wondering what to do with this green thing, we're going to show you. So for our ingredients, we have peppers. I have 2 here just to show you that you can really mix them up. We're only going to be using 2 tablespoons of peppers. I have 2 organic zucchinis here. We have a stick of butter, but we're only going to be using 1 tablespoon from the butter. And I have a small bunch of cilantro, which this is the amount we're going to be using over here, just chopped it up. We're going to be using some sea salt here today. I have half of a tomato cut up, like I mentioned before, the peppers, and a tablespoon of onion. We got some cooking oil here. I'm going to be using olive oil today, and I also have some organic garlic and herb seasoning. It's pretty good. It has no MSG, no added artificial flavoring. So you can pick this up at Costco, I believe. I believe it's still there, so you still got some time on that. Also, this is completely optional, but I have some El Salvadorian style crema. You could pick this up at the Latin section in your grocery store. If you don't want to go that far, you can use some sour cream as well. Alright, our first step is with the zucchinis here. I've already washed them, so I'm going to put this one to the side, and we're going to actually cut them up here. So I'm going to take the ends off now. And really, you can cut this up any way you want to. Just keep in mind that the smaller the pieces, the faster it's going to cook. I'm cutting them into slices, but you can cut them into chunks. Alright, now that we've finished cutting this and slicing this up, we're going to go ahead and cook it. Just keep in mind that this is actually a great, inexpensive, and healthier alternative to some other snacks and meals out there. So, let's get cooking. Alrighty, I have my pot here over a medium flame, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with our oil. Just going to put a little bit of oil in there, maybe closer to a teaspoon, we'll see. Alright, that should do it. Next thing we're going to do is add a little bit of onion in there just so we get the flavoring, and it just adds a little bit of flavor to our dish overall. There we go. I'm going to let that heat up for a little bit. Alright, now that you can smell the onion a little bit, at least I can here, I'm going to go ahead and add a few of our other ingredients. We're going to start with the half of the tomato that we cut up earlier. And we're going to add our peppers as well. We're going to save the cilantro for last while we let these guys cook up in there for a few seconds. Don't forget to mix it up and let that oil spread around. Alright, next thing we're going to do is add our butter in there as well. We're going to mix it around in there as well. Again, that's just about a tablespoon of butter. We're not going to use the whole stick today. Alright, as you can see, our vegetables and tomato, it's cooked up right now, so it's good to go. It's giving off a good aroma as well. So we're going to go ahead and put our zucchini in there. Alright, that's good. Now I'm going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, but that's up to you how much you want to put on. It's up to taste, so I'm just going to add that in there. And then, I'm not sure if you remember, but back in the beginning I mentioned our garlic and herb seasoning. I'm just only going to add quite a little bit of that. Let's see. That's it. We're going to mix that in. Again, that's up to preference. If you want to have a little bit more, go ahead. Also, another thing I should mention is that If you need to add water later on, you can, but the zucchini kind of carries its own water, and it's gonna dispel that while we steam it. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go ahead and put this lid on top and let it steam up for a few minutes, and we'll come back. All right, I'm gonna lift the lid up just for a few seconds here, and as you can see, there's actually a liquid at the bottom. That's actually from the zucchini itself. Like I mentioned, it has its own water that it's gonna dispel. Now, I will say that you want to mix it up a little bit just so we can get the ingredients from the bottom mixed up top. Once you do that, we should be good to go to leave the lid back on and let it sit for a few more minutes. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes that we've had this steaming now, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull this off. And now I'm going to take the time to add our crema that I talked about earlier. I'm just going to get 1 spoonful here. Toss it in there. I'm going to mix it around. And while you're mixing around, if you see that the zucchini starts to fall apart a little bit, you know you're at the right time. That's perfect. That's the right consistency that we want. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the fire now. I'm gonna add our cilantro. The cilantro is optional, but I love the flavor it adds. I'm gonna mix that in as well. And after that, we are ready to serve this dish. Alrighty, we're ready here to serve it. I just got some rice on the plate. So we'll grab a little bit of this. Place it right here. You don't have to eat it with rice, but it's definitely great to complement the meal here. Alright, that should do it. Well, I hope you like this recipe. Be sure to let us know how it came out down in the comments. If you like it, please be sure to subscribe, like our videos, and hit the notification bell for more. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.